Buy cheap and safe NBA 2K22 MT at NBA2King.com. You can use code Excapar, that's EXCAPAR, for 5% off your entire purchase. Alrighty, as promised, the best badges, or best way to badge out all of the new limited edition 3 cards in 2K22. So if you guys are excited, just hit the like button down below, comment what you guys think of all of these, or what cards you clicked on the video to see badged out, and hit that subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel. This comes out a little bit later than normal because I got caught into XP grinding because I'm a bit behind, but it is what it is. I decided I will cover some of these lower rated rubies and just kind of get it on with. So we're going to start off with Jonathan Kuminga, 6'8", 7'1" wingspan, and is a great card. I've had a lot of fun with this Kuminga myself, actually. That Giannis jumper on the normal timing is really good, and he's actually just an all-around really fun card. 93's in the speed, he's a great all-around defender, he can slash to the basket, and he can shoot a bit, which I just think is really nice. So the first thing that I think you need to do with Jonathan Kuminga is add that sniper. We've talked about it a lot. Sniper is just that badge when it comes to shooting. Like, it's really just that good. So we're going to go with that on Kuminga, and then there's 2 other options that I kind of thought about using. There's adding a rim protector and a brick wall, which if you plan on running him a lot at that small forward, power forward position is a really good idea. Or you could substitute a rim protector, keep that brick wall, and then add like a Deadeye if you think that that'll help you limit those late contests. Personally, I think the best thing to do with Kuminga is probably add sniper, add brick wall, and add rim protector, just because I think running him as a power forward for that like small ball kind of thing, so he can set some screens better, doesn't get backed down as much because he only has that 73 strength. And using that rim protector with his 84 block and a 7'1" wingspan is going to be kind of cheese. Really fun all-around Ruby. Next is RJ Hampton, who is missing a lot of badges, but he's this nice 6'4" PG that is really fun. I had a lot of fun using this, RJ Hampton in general. First badge, again, is going to be Sniper. Now, I've tossed around what my next plan would be. Am I going to add Deadeye? Am I going to add, Brick Wall? Because you only get 3 badges. Am I going to add Glue Hands? Because you don't have that, or Intimidator. But Sniper's the first one that I think you really need to do. And then with RJ Hampton, I think the thing that makes the most sense is adding a Brick Wall to him. That way he doesn't get back down as much, because this guy only has a 54 strength. We have a lot of tall PGs out right now, so if you're going to be, realistically using him a lot, Brick Wall is probably going to be a bigger badge. Or if you plan on using him as more of a bench guy, then I would go handles for days and probably quick chain. I just think that makes the most sense. If you're going to be using him as like a bench option, I think sniper, handles for days, and quick chain really going to make more sense because you can dribble, cheese up. But if he's going to be more of your primary, ball handler, your starting point guard, I think sniper, brick wall, and then a handles for days probably makes a little bit more sense, just so you don't get back down as much, because obviously the bench guys, hopefully Lonzo, ain't there, and you can kind of get away with it. But RJ Hampton, again, a really good card that I think a lot of guys should try out. Markelle Fultz is next, 6'4", 6'10" wingspan, and the Curry jumper, which is awesome, but sadly that slasher dribble style. So we can't really add anything too huge on the defensive end, to be honest. You can't add brick wall, rebound chaser, or rim protector, sorry, is an option, but he only has a 57 block. So I think the thing that you should just do with this Markelle Fultz is just juice up that shooting, give him a sniper, give him a Deadeye, give him a blinders, and then you can pick between limitless, spotter, or chef, depending on which one you like. Or you can ignore both of those and go with a mismatch expert, because at 6'4", wrapping around some of those screens, definitely going to see that mismatch expert activate a lot, especially if you're going to use him as a primary, ball handler. I think, probably mismatch expert, works more. Or if you mainly run clutch time, obviously chef and limitless spotter are probably going to be a little bit more effective for you. But sniper's a must-have. I think Deadeye is almost a must-have. You could trade off blinders to get both chef and limitless, but I would rather do blinders and maybe chef, because he'll be my primary ball handler if I do use him. Next, Marvin Bagley III, great all-around 6'11" guy, and with the first one, sniper on Marvin Bagley, just a great thing to add to a card in general. Marvin Bagley is a really good card, and I think this one actually has a relatively set in stone set, because we do have a decent jumper in 102, but I would rather add sniper and Deadeye. That way we can, limit those closeouts, because it is a bit of a slow jumper. Then I want unstrippable on my Marvin Bagley, because he does have a good post game. I am going to slash a lot with him, and I just don't want to be, the ball poked loose as I'm going to the basket. It really is annoying. And then the last one is going to be glue hands, because I plan on using this Marvin Bagley whenever I do use him, for whatever his XP challenge is at a center position. So I think, Bagley makes the most sense as a pick and roll man, a pick and pop guy, or just running the fast break. And glue hands just gives you those better catch animations across the board for everything that you're doing. And I think it really helps out a lot with Bagley. So sniper, deadeye, unstrippable, and glue hands across the board I think is a great way to badge up Bagley. Next up is Vernon Maxwell, who, if I'm being 100% honest, I don't think you should badge out. Not a great card. He's essentially Jeremy Lin from last week, but can't dribble. It's just not worth it. But if you are going to badge up your Vernon Maxwell, I think the first thing that you should do is probably add an Intimidator on him as one of those badges, and then just come out here, Chef, Blinders, Limitless Spot Up, and then maybe like a Floor General, because he is going to be the PG, and you do want to, kind of boost the stats of everybody else on the court, just to have some fun. But overall, I'm not too enthused with him. Vlade Divac is next. Again, I don't think you should badge up Vlade. If you're going for a center from this set, honestly, Greg Oden is a beast, and LaMarcus Aldridge, I would definitely go with LaMarcus more. But if you do want to badge up Vlade Divac, Posterizer and Unstrippable are two must-haves for a center of his, caliber playing in the post as much. And then I think, having something like Sniper, right here, and Deadeye, because he does have a slightly slow set 16 shot, but he has a good, 3-point shooting ability and a mid-range ability, so those will help you even hit those middies, which is really nice for 4 badges. And then the last one, because we are a diamond, we get 5 now. I think this one is interesting to me because there's 2 choices that I think you could, 2 or 3 choices actually you could make. Glue hands, because again, just those better catch animations across the board are going to be amazing for you, and he's a great playmaker already, which could be nice. Clamps, if you want to guard the perimeters a little bit better, because he does have a 61, and that can help a little bit. Or chase down artists, because I've noticed a lot, Rim Protector isn't the only badge that you really need for centers. Chase down artists is a great badge to have, because if they beat you on that pick and roll getting down to the basket, you can still get those chase down blocks, and it activates right there really, really nicely. So those are 2 options. I probably would lean towards the glue hands, but those other 2 are great options for Vlade if you're feeling like it. LaMarcus Aldridge is next. This card is a beast, man. That boosted up Rick Lopez base is godly, but there's a few badges that you need to add to LaMarcus to really capitalize on it, and I am personally taking the route of not too much defense. And that means I'm adding Posterizer and Unstrippable, because Posterizer, 85 standing, 80 driving dunk, insane. Unstrippable. LaMarcus is a great finisher, a great post guy, and we don't want to get stripped whenever we're down there. Deadeye and Sniper, because the Brook Lopez base is great, but it is slightly slow in the grand scheme of all jumpers. So Deadeye is really going to help us on those. And Sniper, I mean, come on, we got to add it. And that equals up to 4 badges already, so we only have 1 more. And there's, I think, a few options that you could take with this. Again, the Clamps and Chase Down Artist, he does have a 76 perimeter defense, so Clamps can actually be really helpful out there. Tireless Defender can also be nice. Applicable is pretty nice as well, just so you don't get stripped. Quick first step, so he feels a little bit faster moving with that 84 speed, and something that I would probably lean a little bit towards. Or Blinders, just because you think he might be contested. Now, aside from these 2, Sniper and Deadeye, I think he'll be fine with those. So I personally probably would go with Clamps a little bit, just because he already has a good defense, and I want to just make sure that I can, guard the perimeter a little bit better, and that's just me. So I would go Pro Touch on Strippable, Deadeye, Sniper, and Clamps. But I wouldn't blame you if you want to throw in a quick first step or something like that to just move a little bit faster with the ball with LaMarcus. Next up is Greg Oden. This dude is a absolute demon, absolute demon, dude. Unstrippable, gotta have it on a 7-foot center that's mainly gonna be playing in the post, and really, doing a lot of that. And I've said it a few times, glue hands, those better catch animations, even on guys that are playing the roll man on the pick and roll, really, really crucial badge out there. So I think those 2 together can be really nice for Greg Oden. And then, because we do have a 70 shot 3 and a decent midi, I think it's okay to add Sniper, even though he has a pretty bad jumper, so you gotta add Deadeye onto it because it is a little slow. But he already has really good defense, so I didn't think it would be too helpful to really add anything onto here, aside from maybe adding Ball Stripper, because he is an 88 steal kind of guy. If you don't want to go for block as often, Ball Stripper can be pretty decent. That's up to you. Or you could just add something like a auxiliary finisher, so he moves around a little bit more. Kind of up to you. Next up, Rashard Lewis, a great all-around card, like a really, really good card. Now, with Rashard Lewis, I think I'm personally taking the route of badging him up more for a power forward instead of a small forward, kind of a guy that's going to be running around more of like a Tatum, a Cone kind of thing. But I think he's going to be really good at that role. So something, for me personally, the route that I will take with my Rashard Lewis, if I decide to badge him up, is going to be Brick Wall, Intimidator, and Rim Protector for 3 easy badges right there, and maybe even Rebound Chaser for that 4th, because I want those screens to be set really well for my power forward. I want him to play better defense, I want him to block the shots, and I want him to get boards. Nice and simple. And then if you really wanted to boost up his shooting, you could add Chef. I think he's fine without it. Something like a hyperdrive also could be really nice, increasing just moving and how effective you are there. It's really up to you, or you could just take the route fully on defense, as something like Ball Shipper, Box, Worm, anything like that to really power up that power forward position. But I think I would probably go Brick Wall, Rim Protector, Intimidator, Rebound Chaser, and probably Box, and really just make him a great power forward because he's already good enough on offense, personally, at least in my opinion. Next, we have Karl-Anthony Towns, 6'11", 7'3" wingspan, absolutely great guy. Choked a bet for me recently, so I'm not really feeling the strongest towards him. But with Cat, he's already a really good shooter, so I don't know how much you really need to add to him there, and he's actually a pretty good defender as well. So most of the things that you would want out of Cat, he's actually pretty good at. So it's kind of up to what you want to do with him. First off, I would add Unpluckable. I mean, we already have some pretty good things. So Unpluckable just helps us. You're not getting stripped as much. Pretty simple, honestly. Slithery Finisher as well, I would add, because we're already a good finisher, and Slithery just helps you move. Like it says, it helps you just get by, people that are contesting you, which is always a good thing to have out there. So those two mixed together can be pretty nice. If you notice that you're getting the ball a lot with Karl-Anthony Towns, pump faking it, stepping to the left a little bit, it can be a nice badge to add Chef, because it just helps those off dribble shots, which means you catch it, take a dribble or two, and then shoot. Can be pretty nice to have out there personally. Those three are the only ones that I really feel strongly towards, to be honest, because Cat is 6'11", so Giant Slayer probably won't help him out too much. Circus Threes is okay, Clutch Shooter is okay, Difficult Shots is okay, Mismatch, he's too tall for that to really matter too much. Handles for Days, Pick Dodger, meh. Ankle Braces and Menace, meh. So it's kind of just like that last badge that you want to do. Hyperdrive can be pretty nice for him. Handles for Days can be okay if you dribble a little bit. Pick Dodger can be okay. Ankle Braces can be okay. I kind of would just kit it up to whatever you want aside from those main that I mentioned. Next up is Lonzo Ball. I love this card. I have a bid currently going on for Lonzo, but I'm not pressed too much about it. I'll get him when I get him. But this card is amazing, especially on the defensive end. But there's a few things that we can badge out to make him just a little bit better. The first off would be Brick Wall and Rim Protector on defense. Brick Wall, Lonzo already has an 80 strength and is 6'6", but Brick Wall just helps limit those backdowns. It can really help. And I know there's some people who love doing, point guard, shooting guard, screen plays, where the point or shooting guard sets the screen for the point guard, or the point guard sets the screen for the shooting guard, and then they roll off that. And adding a Brick Wall for Lonzo for that is going to be absolutely insane, if we're being honest. And then Rim Protector is an 80 block. He's 6'6", 6'7" wingspan at the point guard. That's going to be crazy. And then the Lonzo Ball jumper is great, but a little bit baited. So two things that I would add out here is definitely Blinders and Deadeye onto Lonzo, just because Blinders limits those side contests whenever you're running around screens with a slower jumper. That's really going to help. And then Deadeye limits those late contests as well, which is pretty helpful. And then aside from that, I think he's got good enough, finishing ability. So I really wouldn't add anything too much on that. So my last pick would probably be either Limitless Spot Up or Chef, or you could take a Hot Zone Hunter, because he does have some pretty good hot zones, only missing one. And actually, you know what? I might lean towards that, actually. Yeah. I'm going to go Blinders, Deadeye, Hot Zone Hunter, Rim Protector, and Brick Wall, because only missing this three-point shot, I can definitely change my playstyle to only take these, three-pointers mainly. Easy works for Lonzo. Next up, we have Jalen Rose, arguably the best point guard in the game. Who knows? But with Jalen Rose, the first badge, you got to add Posterizer and Sniper. Boom. Off the rip. Posterizer and Sniper, two of the best badges in the game, and Jalen Rose doesn't have them so easy. We got to add those. And then in defense, I think, again, it's pretty easy. Intimidator and Rim Protector. We're playing the point guard at 6'8" with a 7-foot wingspan. Intimidator and Rim Protector, two of the best badges on defense already. Let's add those. And then I would probably add a Hyperdrive. Ignore the limit of the spot up, ignore the shaft. We don't need those. Add a Hyperdrive. Increase Jalen Rose's dribbling, because he has a quick dribble style. He's got some good dribbling animations. I think that can really help. make him just crazy because he'll be a good slasher now, a really solid shooter, really good playmaker, and his defense will be pretty on point all around. Go Jalen Rose. And I like that he can play the small forward as well, just in case you want him to. I love that. Next up is Anthony Edwards, 6'5" with a 6'9" wingspan. Kind of crazy. And with Anthony Edwards, I mean, he's got most of the key badges that we want, honestly. So, you know, it's kind of tough to say exactly what he needs. I think his finishing is all set and good. His jumper is a little bit slow in jump shot 80, so maybe adding a blinders could really help, as well as like Chef. I think those two, because he already has limited spot up, so add those two badges to really boost it up. Add him a brick wall, add him a rim protector. I think those can help up just a little bit. And that's what, 4 badges? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. We still have 2 more to add to Anthony Edwards, which is kind of crazy. You could add a post move lockdown if you want to. I don't think it'll help too much. You could add a set shooter if you want to. Don't think it'll help too much. Back down Punisher, could add if you want to. Don't think it'll help too much. Same thing with Dimer, could add if you want to. Don't think it'll help too much. Honestly, Edwards has most of the badges you really want. So I would say add those key 4, blinders, Chef, brick wall, and rim protector, and then add the rest of them to your playstyle. If you want to play make more, floor general and Dimer. If you want a little bit more defense, post and block down could be a little bit nicer. If you want to, play in the post a little bit more with your Edwards, back down Punisher and drop stepper. Kind of up to you. Next up, we got James Harden, 6'5", 6'10", the beard. He's out here kind of been he's in a weird spot. First off, the easiest badge in your life, Hot Zone Hunter on James Harden. The dude has a hot zone in every single spot, but this one midi? I mean, come on, that is an easy pick. Come on, man. Hot Zone Hunter, one of the best badges in the game, and he doesn't have it. That is an easy pick. And then the rest, I would go with defense, brick wall, rim protector, probably a post move lockdown, because Harden actually has a decent strength, a good interior, and I think those 3 can really help. He's got a 6'10" wingspan as his point guard. I mean, that's crazy. So that's about 1, 2, 3, and then 4. We still have 2 more badges to add out to him, and honestly, again, I don't really think there's too many that are too crazy to add on to him. Like Ball Shipper, actually, I'd actually be a good 5th one to add. And then you could add either like a hustler. You want to get those loose balls a little bit more often. Maybe like a back down Punisher. Maybe a fade ace if you want to. Honestly, he's got most of the badges, so it's not really going to help too much. We have 3 more. Derrick Rose is off first, 6'3" with a 6'8" wingspan, and Derrick Rose is a demon slashing. Is an insane playmaker, and it's actually a really good defender as well. The one badge I wish we could add to Derrick Rose that he doesn't have is going to be brick wall, but it is what it is. Also 96 vertical and 98 speeds. Oh my lord. So first off, I think blinders, Chef, and probably set shooter are pretty decent badges to add on to him, just because it could work. And then I would also add like a post move lockdown, just because he has decent interior defense, and we can't add brick wall, so the next best alternative is probably gonna be post move lockdown. It's not ideal, but you can still get it done for that 4th badge. And then something like maybe a rim protector and Chase Stone Artist could be fun. It's like a last kind of duo, because he does have a 72 block. He's a nasty vertical. He's a good wingspan for his size. Could be pretty fun. Or maybe you got to rise up, just because overall, again, I think you have a few key badges like blinders, Chef, post with lockdown, and maybe set shooter that you really like, and then the rest it's kind of like, who cares? Next we got Amar'e Stoudemire, 6'10", 7'1" wingspan, and Amar'e is kind of like that guy who could use a lot of badges, honestly. Amar'e has a pretty bad jumper, let's be honest. So I think sniper, deadeye, blinders, all 3 of those got to get added. The Amar'e jumper is just not great, and that trio, I think, is really going to help him just be a little bit better out there. Also, Amar'e actually has some halfway decent speed and playmaking for a guy of his size. So something like Unpluckable really could be nice, so he doesn't get stripped as often out there. And just because, he is going to be playing that, big man, I don't know why I said big men, big man position, something like Worm could be a really helpful badge to him as well, just in case, help you get through those box outs and get some better boards. And honestly, this last badge is kind of up to you. You could add a Giant Slayer if you want to. It definitely could help. You could add a Limitless Spot Up as well. Really good badge. I kind of just pick between those 2. Then last but not least, we have our man Derrick Rose. These other 3 are obviously duplicates of the opals. And we have Grant Hill, and what wonderful badges, 6 badges that we're going to add to him. First off, Rim Protector. Wish you could get Brick Wall. Rim Protector, 84 block, and a 6'11 wingspan as our small forward. Yes, sir, I will take that every single day, actually, as our shooting guard, which is awesome. But I think that's really the only defensive badge that I love. Chase Down Artist is also not bad. And then I would head over here, give him probably a Deadeye because jump shot 1 isn't great. Probably a Blinders because, again, jump shot 1 isn't great. Probably a Limitless Spot Up because, you know, we get to boost that up. That equals out, what, 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, we have 2 more. And honestly, I think Giant Slayer is definitely another go-to. 6'8", Yao Ming's out there on the course. But, you know, Giant Slayer probably has a decent bit of use. And then, actually, something like a Bailout could be pretty useful. Just because Bailout lets you pass out of shots you don't really want to take. And I've had so many people who just use Bailout as their main source. It is a badge that I completely hate that it is in the game, but it is really good. And it's one that I'd recommend adding onto Grant Hill because it is annoying to me, but it is a good badge. And that actually wraps up all the best ways to badge up some of the cards. I think I may have missed a badge on Lonzo or something like that, or maybe Cat because I forgot it moves up to 6. But in general, a lot of these guys are already really good, and your badges are just going to make them slightly better than they already are. But I would recommend at least picking up one of these guys because we got Rose, Harden, Jalen Rose, and Lonzo Ball, who are all great point guards right now. Really fun cards, but most of these guys are a little bit expensive, so who knows. Anyway, like the video if you guys did enjoy. Comment below what you guys think, and subscribe if you guys are new. We are on the road to 15K subscribers. Make sure you check out the gameplays. Link in the description down below from yesterday. Hope you guys are great today, and I'll see you in the next video.